This was a complete mess. Hmm.
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend, then get it right back. Man, she just gotta want all of that. So that's why I bought.
What's up, y'all? We're back. We're back to talk about Love Island USA. This was movie night. All right. I have been waiting for movie night to show up. I'm not going to hold you. But watching this movie night was kind of like, I feel like it should have came sooner than what it came. It's like as soon as the people came back from Casa, I slick feel like the very first night when people returned from Casa, or maybe the very next day, like, I don't know, I just feel like it should have happened sooner. Maybe the timing is right. You know what? I feel like maybe movie night should have happened before Carl and Amora came in. I don't know, but it's here now, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about it, right? So Casey and TT, they over there chatting. Y'all know Casey and Anaya had their conversation or lack thereof the other night, right? So he says the best thing he heard all day was to know that Anaya has no issues with TT. So he's happy about that. So he says, right? So she asked him, well, then why do you seem so down? And I'm like, actual factual. Like, what's going on? Like, are you missing a piece of Anaya? Like, what's happening? Are you regretting some things a little bit? Do you feel like you did not get out everything that you need to say to her? What's going on in that head of yours? Okay. I feel like it's kind of it's kind of awkward to say, but I feel like the power has been snatched back in so many words. Okay. However, she was over there feeling like, oh my God, I gotta watch him be around her with this other young lady and this and her moping. It ain't that no more. Okay, she kind of got her power back and she's confident again. She got what's his name, Carl, in here. So it's like I'm feeling good about myself. I don't give a damn what you're talking about. It gave every bit of it may hurt now, but it won't hurt later. And we're in the later, so I don't give a damn what you're talking about, right? So it definitely gave a different type of confidence. She's happy now, okay? So he says, that's what I think it is. But he says, because he does care about her, that's why he's, I guess, in his head or whatever like that. That's why he may seem down because he does care about her and what they had was good. But then if you feel that way, I have to say, I got to say it. Like, if you felt that way, then you should have never said, we ain't got nothing in common. You watched this show before, or did y'all only tune in last year when they didn't have a movie night? Did you not watch enough seasons to know that the stuff you do in Casa is going to show? Now, granted, I would prefer if they get people on the show next time that may not have seen the show. I may want more people that's like, nah, I've seen people talk about Love Island, but I don't know what it, I don't know. And it may be impossible because it's so viral now. But I don't want the people going into the villa really, for real, knowing, how all of this goes. I want you to genuinely be yourself on camera. I want you to be raw. And that's kind of what he did. But it's like you knew you was going to Costa though, so you knew enough about that. I would think that you knew you was going to Costa, so you should have known that whatever you do over there, they're gonna record it and then they're gonna show it over here. Or something's gonna get leaked back to the ladies. So I just feel like you shouldn't have said that. And then the other part of it is if you didn't mean it, don't say it. Okay. But either way, he says that he has nothing against her. And he says they aren't open to exploring each other. That's what was said because TC was like, so you think you still gonna be trying to talk to her or something like that? And he was like, nah, like we good. He says, I want us to be cordial. And she was like, okay, he feels like TT genuinely understands him, so he's good. She asked him what was his reaction to Bryce and Trinity coming back saying that they were in a coupling. I told y'all the day before, I don't know if y'all saw it, but TT was not enthused by it at all. She did not go running when they came back. She did not react when Trinity said whatever she said. I don't think TT feeling Trinity too much. I don't know, but it ain't giving that. All right. So she says, 2 months from now, she does hope that they are still together, meaning her and Casey, and that they get to the level where they will be girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. Right. So Carl and Anaya are talking and they discuss the chat with Casey, and she says it was cool and he apologized and she's glad that it's done with or whatever. And she says when it comes to their connection, she feels really good about the connection she has with Carl, right? Anaya says that she thought she was about to hunch on Carl when she was over there kissing on Carl because, they ended up kissing. She climbed on top of him. She's definitely given a different type of energy to Carl than she gave to Casey. right? KC wanted more of that. It does seem like Anaya is at a space where she's willingly giving more of that to somebody else. And it could be that she was never into KC like that. And yes, she ended up choosing KC because her ass really didn't have no other options in the villa. That's why she continued to choose him, right? But also at the same time, I feel like KC, he just shows a lot of hesitancy with a lot of things. So as much as he had to reassure Anaya of stuff, you also were unsure of your damn self. So you definitely got stuff you could work on too. And with that being said, because you don't know and you're not sure of yourself and you don't know how to move, you would prefer the woman to initiate and show the interest on you, is what it looks like to me, because you probably didn't lead with that type of energy with her. But I'm seeing, some of the people are in the comments and reminding me of times that Casey did lean in and he kissed and he this and he that. But I don't know. Just like TT and him, just like TT has a different vibe, or Casey has a different vibe with TT, that's the same thing with Carl and Anaya. And it's like, I guess they just weren't that damn into each other, but they pretty much used each other, you know? Because, and we're going to get into it where there's a conversation about, oh, well, it's like you used her to get to Casa. Well, if that's what it is, then shit, Anaya used his ass too. They both used each other. Because let's not act like she wasn't out here exploring too, even though she said she still would choose him. But if her type came in, and keep in mind, she said Corbin is any woman's dream. Not any woman, but definitely yours, love. So if Corbin would have pressed up on Anaya, KC ass would have been out of here. Out of here. Because she would have chose him. So I feel like the double standard is high. That's why I have to say, Sincere and Zach, come get half of this baddie charm. Come get half of it. I know the people mad. I don't give a damn. Come get half of it. All right. And we're gonna get into that. But let's keep going. So Jen tells Parmita and Jaden about Gal or whatever his, because it's giving Gal. Okay. She tells him about Gal and how terrible that conversation went. She called him a puss. I said, I know that's smart, right? I know that's right. So Jen says, if you think you're all that, then go and pull them girls and make an impression on their ass. I said, okay, Jen. Okay, girl, I know that. Go pull them. Since you think you that, go pull them and see just how interested they is in your ass. Cause you isn't all that. Understand? Okay. So Jaden is used to, someone being more assertive. She's talking about at this point, Caleb, of course, he's not as assertive. He's not as dominant. He's not really giving that. So she's starting to question the connection. So she might be open to talking to Gal, but I doubt it. I doubt it. After hearing what Jen had to say, I doubt that. Dylan and Kenzie, they're over there chatting, and she's running to tell Dylan what she did to see if, in my personal, Kenzie's ass ran over there to Dylan to see if Dylan was finna put a fight up for her ass. Because Kenzie is a weird bitch. Okay? It's a very, very, she like to compete with her friends. And she kind of moves, I guess like a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I guess like how these men be out here moving. They'll be quick to be out here messing around with somebody else and then come back and tell you about it to see what your reaction is, to see if you care, if you gonna cry about it or you gonna do something. Like, it is giving that. In the same way that y'all be ragging on them dudes that do shit like that, rag on Kenzie's ass too. Okay? So she says the one thing she like is physical touch. And he was touching me and he kissed me. And these are things that he did. And I liked it because I like physical touch. Ooh. Ooh, I can't. Anywho. So Dylan done said he really hurt. Dylan over here damn near crying. Not 3 days. Not 3 days in. If that, and you over here damn crying. I said, nah, you think you slick. You about just like Zach ass. Okay? You needed to put whatever impression upon her to try and get her ass to close it off, potentially. Cause I just felt like you about was doing too much, and then you go take your ass over there to Zach and Kata, and I ain't even see no damn tears. Talk about some sorry for crying. What crying where? Where the tears at? Where we crying at? I don't see none. I see your eyes maybe wet. Are you blinking to get some moisture for them contacts? What's going on? Okay. So Kenzie says that she can see herself outside the villa with Dylan. Get that bitch. I'm telling you, she get this. She, please, somebody. Please, somebody. I feel like she said the same thing to Gal. Like, weren't you just sitting over here talking to Gal, saying the same thing? Like, I'm sick of her. I'm so sick of her. Oh, so he asked her, well, who asked for the kiss? I mean, he leaned in for it. I mean, he knew it was coming. He was like, oh, because you leaned in. This bitch, I said, this a lying ass girl. This is Sincere's lying ass twin sister. Okay? So she telling him, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It hurts my heart that you're feeling like this. I'm so sorry. But you knew he was going to feel like this. You love when guys feel like this. You think that a dude sitting in your face crying, moping around because you did them wrong, like, that's supposed to mean a whole lot? Not really. It's mean that he going to get your ass back in a minute. And you're going to be the one on the opposite side, but you really going to be having some tears. So he says he feels like there's no need to keep exploring. Like, I just feel like if you're going to keep exploring, like, that just means that, you're not really too sure. Like, oh my God. Like, girl, manipulation tactics. Manipulation tactics. He playing the shit out of you too, Kenzie, with these tears. This man just got in the damn villa and he over here being emotional. Like, shut the hell up. Okay, and then Trinity, where your ass at? Talk about defending the man after 3 days is crazy. No, bitch, crying over Kenzie's ass is crazy after 3 days. What's going on? So then Dylan shares to Kato and Zach what happened, and he says if Kenzie didn't want to see him sad, then she shouldn't have kissed Kat. She shouldn't have kissed him. And I'm laughing my ass off because I dead ass said the same. I said the same thing. When she was like, it hurts my heart to see you like this. Oh my God. I'm like, but you knew he was gonna feel that way. That's why you ran over there in hopes that he would give you that type of damn reaction. You was looking for something. You probably didn't know he was gonna play you out with the tears, but you was looking for something. Okay? Child, I was saying the same, but you so hurt that you did it, but you didn't give a fuck that you went and did it. Girl, stop playing. Anyway, so Sincere and Anaya are talking, and she tells him about her being so happy that Carla's back in. And he says, this friendship that we have is really great. I know you want well for me too. And, this friendship will go well beyond the villa. I'm sure. I'm sure. So he says that he's done with exploring and he wants to close it off with Melanie, and he doesn't care about Amora. He said he don't care about Amora being there or anything because he's focused on Melanie, and he feels like Melanie deserves it as far as being closed off and locked in or whatever. And it seemed like he wanted to ask her to be his girlfriend, but Bryce and Trinity kind of beat him to the punch type thing or whatever. So I don't know. We'll figure out how this gonna go. I think it's still gonna happen. I think he's gonna win her over by Friday, maybe Sunday of next week, and they're gonna be back in the official couple. Like, that's what's gonna happen. It's time to go to bed, and TT feels good that Casey had to talk with Anaya and says that she feel like they can finally be them. Right? I don't know why I was questioning that, because I'm like, okay, is this foreshadowing to some things going left or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but so far so good. So Dylan, he's stressed out in the bathroom. I honestly feel like it's giving performative because you watched the show on the outside. So now that you're in the inside, I feel like you just putting on for America, just a little piece. And not so much as for Kenzie, but for us. And we don't give a damn. Caleb over there like, hey guys, do you guys know exactly what French frying means? Like, does anybody in here know? Oh, it's fingering. It means fingering. Oh, I can't. Well, Corbin and Miss Ma'am, they doing the whole meal down there, not just a piece of French fry. Okay, Kenzie, ooh, girl, the way you get on my nerves, I know you stress your family the fuck out. Every time they gotta look up on the screen and see their daughter fucking on camera, fucking and sucking on camera. Like, I'm tired of it. Why am I watching? Why am I watching Soap PRN? Okay, and And it be happening sometimes on the show. But I'm really, at least we would see it with the same people, I guess. But Kenzie, it's been so many different, and I'm not even trying to shame you, but bitch, I am trying to shame you. Doing too much. You're doing too much. Damn. Over there hunching on damn Dylan. Girl, I said, I can't. Dylan, you a fool too. After you done sat up there and let her play in your motherfucking face, and then you gonna let her climb on top of yours. Who? She wouldn't have got none that night. Cause you talking about you don't get to go talk to another motherfucker trying to play me in my goddamn thing. Okay, I will catch that motherfucker. Okay, cause when it came over here with it. So Casey says that he let Anaya get everything out, but he didn't get to express himself. Now, Casey, honey, I'm gonna say it like this. She did cut you off. Yeah, she did. There were times that she cut you off because that is what Anaya does for some reason. And I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna say it now because I don't want to forget. You ain't gonna be able to do this shit with Carl, girl. You just not gonna be able to have those type of conversations. You're not gonna be able to get up and walk away all the damn time. But what Anaya does is not uncommon for a lot of young ladies and insecure ones at that. But KC, let me get back on to you for a little bit. You had the opportunity to open the conversation up your fucking self. That's on you. Sorry. When you say, how you pull somebody for a chat and you want them to start the conversation? And then when you sat down, you didn't even say, yeah, I wanted to pull you for a chat for you to have the opportunity to, just express yourself. Then I'll tell you where I'm coming from. The main goal of this is for us both to be able to have a chance to say what it is that we want to say. And I'm learning you have communication issues too that you need to work on. Okay? And yes, it would help, being that you struggle with getting your thoughts out, if a person gives you the space to say everything that you need to say. She did tell you to go first. No, you go first. Because I said a lot the other night. And you would have thought you would have took that opportunity. And you had, in my personal, a full 24 hours. And maybe a little piece of change to know or figure out or think about what the hell you was finna say. And you didn't. Okay? So, yeah, don't be saying you didn't get to fully express yourself. To me, that makes it seem like she was solely the issue. And I don't think she was solely. I think she was part, yes. Because she was cutting you off. All right? However, you didn't do yourself any favors either. So anywho, Kenzie and Anaya are chatting and she tells her that she is now feeling Dylan even more. I bet you are, because you was feeling Dylan's dick. Be clear. So then she says that, I don't feel clouded anymore. I don't, because my pussy was too clouded with his dick. Yeah. Okay. Basically, I'm glad that I fucked him because now I have the clarity that I needed. I wanted to know just how big his thing was and whether he was really doing the do in the bed. And girl, he is. And I'm going to stick beside him. Well, I'm glad you finna stick beside that one. So Gal go over there and talk with Carl. He doesn't know if Kenzie is all in on him or if she just wants to have two guys chasing her because she's done this before. And I'm like 1000%. I'm so glad. I love when the Islanders, and I've said this before, I have to say it every time because I really love when they clock the stuff that we are looking at. You know what I'm Yes, we don't see everything that they do in 24 hours, but I love that the way that the editing is happening, when how we view it is exactly how they are viewing it and experiencing it in the damn villa. Okay, I love that. Because everybody pretty much been saying the same thing about her ass, especially Zach. So Gal wants to talk to Amora now. I said, hell no, man. Y'all done up and done it. We not doing that. Don't go talk to my queen. Leave the queen alone. Leave the queen alone. You trying to run over there and say, oh, she's pretty, she's cute, she's this, she's that. She's seen down the earth. Da, 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 da. Get out her face. Wasting her time. I can't wait till she find out how you sat up there and treated Jen. But I do see y'all now, as I'm watching this episode, I can see y'all being like the first two to go. Not gonna hold you. Or maybe, just maybe, Jen and Gal leaving. But anyway, Carl says that he feels better with Anaya now, and it feels more of what he wanted. He said that, it was going to take him some time, and he kind of pulled back on that. He's focusing more on Anaya, and he's liking the connection because there's definitely, to me, it seems like it's something there. Okay. So I like it. I don't know how old Carl is in comparison to Anaya. Is he much older? Is it like an age gap like Trinity and Bryce, or what? Y'all let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure how old he is, but he does give a much more mature guy, and that may be good for Anaya because it might help grow her ass up a bit. Okay, because everybody not finna let you keep walking away from conversations, and they damn sure not finna let you keep cutting them off when they talking. Okay, so anywho, Kata updates Jen, right, and about the kiss that she learned that Kenzie gave to Gal, and then Dylan was upset or whatever the case was, and Kata says that she doesn't care that Kenzie kissed him, but she doesn't like that no, I'm sorry, not Kata, but Jen said that she didn't care that Kenzie kissed Gal, but she doesn't like that everybody knew about it besides her. Like, damn, you ran around and told everybody, but you ain't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? But I agree. But the one thing that y'all was leaving out was the fact that Kenzie be silently competing. Like, they start running this list about Kenzie. Oh, I think Kenzie just like having two guys. I think she likes to be chased. I think she likes to, and I think she also likes to be competing with her fucking friends. And I guarantee you that she got a friend running around Kennesaw or somewhere up in Georgia that's like, she did me the same way. I'm sure. Okay, I said, baby, the moment when they was over here talking about that, I said, y'all leaving out the one thing I need y'all to mention is her competing with folks. And I said we could not be friends outside this damn villa. So when her and Jen and Kenzie had the conversation, we was on the same page, baby. Kenzie tells her about the kiss she had with Gal, and Jen says, oh, I know, because everybody else told me but you. Then she starts laying into Kenzie's as she should have. And Kenzie says, if I want to have a spark with someone, I'm going to explore. And Jen said, yeah, 100%. But if this wasn't Love Island, I'm going to tell you right now, bitch, I would not be your friend because you are not trustworthy. I won't be able to trust you. I said 1,000%. Yes. Yes, girl. We could not be friends outside here. Matter of fact, when it's no longer Love Island, we not cool. Like, this is only for the villa. This is only for survival. Once we done in about 2 weeks, a week or two, whatever, miss me with it. Miss me with it, girl. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Because truth be told, that is who she is. That is her character in my personal. All this, I've never had two guys at once and thought that I'm a star. I'm begging to differ. I do not believe you. Okay, so yeah, and let's say that you didn't. You didn't have two guys at one time, and you got it now. Now you know what that feeling is like, and I feel like you're going to be out here trying to find that feeling every chance you get. Again, you're just gonna be my friend. Goodwill Hunting. Okay, so I felt like Kenzie was sitting up there trying to, gaslight Jen and stuff with all the stuff she was saying, and I just was like, girl, you just a fake ass snake ass little girl. That's just what's going on. Okay. Um, Kenzie goes on to say the one thing that I cannot stand that she always says to people, and y'all probably already know what it is. It's when she says, I genuinely do care about you. She loves saying that she genuinely cares about somebody and then going out there doing the opposite thing. She's fake. She's phony. Get her out of here. Sincere and Melanie, they talk. Nobody cares because they ain't talking about nothing. All I can say from that moment that they had on the dock was the fact that Melanie said she was going to fall back, and it don't look like it. I told y'all, it ain't take much. It ain't take shit. Come on, Serena. Kenzie and Dylan, she tells him about what Jen said and how she's hurt, right? And Dylan says that shit, I get where she coming from. Like, but then he also says that he didn't know that she wanted to go have a damn makeout session either. I said, I know that's right. You thought Dylan was gonna be all on your side when he wasn't. Okay. And then she goes home and say, yeah, it's okay because I got confirmation on what I want us to do after we fucked. So now I want to focus on you. So he all happy and shit, girl, whatever. Amora and Gal, don't nobody give a damn, okay? Let's get to they got movie night. It's time to get to movie night, right? Baby Zach running around there trying to hurry up and clear his damn name. I'm falling out, okay? Kata talk about she don't want to be around him. And I'm like, girl, snap on him like you was ready to snap on them ladies. Snap on your nigga like you was over there snapping on KC. Yeah, okay. Anywho, KC over there talking about he toast. Let's get into it. Movie night. All right. They gotta flip this little thing. Boys, girls go. They pick whatever. The boys go first. They open up door seats. Zach and Alana go. Kata's reaction to I think they showed us Kata's reaction to the meal. Her seeing whatever she saw. I don't know why they didn't show the reaction that the girls had when they were watching them do their thing, but I guess it didn't matter or whatever. But all in all, Zach over there kissing on Alana. They showed Kata's reaction to the mail that they got. She over there crying all over the place or whatever, right? Some part of me was kind of like, how was that necessary? I thought we supposed to drag them, but it is what it is. She moped around. I guess they wanted to show him the truth that, hey, she's been over here sad while you've been having a good time. So he tells her after the video was over there, he does apologize. And he says to see her cry like that makes him realize even more that it wasn't worth it. He wishes he could take it back. Okay. I don't recall her really hooping and hollering or anything like that. She just was, getting misty-eyed about it because she really, really does like Zach. The boys get picked again. They open up another door, and it's Casey talking about him and Anaya, right? And how they didn't have anything in common, talking about how she's a grandma. And she didn't even really take offense for real to that grandma comment like everybody thought that she was. She was just like, I be sleepy, guys. And I don't fault her being out in the sun all day like, bitch, I'm tired, I'm finna go to sleep. But anyway, everybody on social media was hooping and hollering and being upset. And I told y'all that I felt like that grandma comment was likely something that they say in the villa because she had just called him a grandpa the day before. Last year, it was giving mom and dad. This year seems to be grandpa and grandma. Okay, so I seen a lot of people having discourse online, and she didn't even really give a damn about that comment. Let's keep going. Casey looks sick as hell watching himself on the screen. Sick. They playing everything. TT over there just like laughing. She unbothered as hell because she already knew everything he did over there in Casa and pretty much saw everything that he did with Anaya. So it is what it is. Casey says that he had nothing in common with Anaya. That came up. They play sincere, hyping up TT. Like, I like Anaya, man. She's not a bad person, but damn, when he's with you, he a different person. He lights up. He this, he that. So Anaya is feeling played not only by sincere, but also by Casey's ass too. So she's upset. Now, after the video, Casey gets ready to automatically take accountability and apologize for the things that he said. Anaya's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, Anaya, okay, you do this thing where you will want him to speak up for himself. And then when he tries to speak up for himself, you shut him down. It's like, let that man get his point off, even if the point is a non-fucking point. Like, just let him say what he got to say. Because you would want that same courtesy and respect. Just let him do it. You ain't got to be feeling or featuring shit he's talking about. And let him talk. And let him know, I hear you, but I still don't give a damn. Like, I feel like that is perfectly fine to do. So he says that he can't make excuses. All he can do is apologize, right? And not just to you, Anaya, but to everybody, because I did make myself look like a fool. Like, I painted a very bad picture of myself. I'm glad you see, and you should be cringing at the shit that you said over there in Casa in my personal. Because you was talking a lot of shit, I feel, to impress your boys, acting tough, when I truly feel like deep down inside, that's not how you felt. That's not how you feel, acting like y'all ain't had any comment and I ain't stunned Anaya and all of that. But then you turn around and say, no, I'm not happy for her. Now you and your feelings. Just honor that. So Trinity says, well, I have a question, because Trinity always got a question, okay? So she asked KC, if you felt like you had nothing in common with Anaya, then why drag it out? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know. Maybe the fact that you dragged your shit out with Bryce, because you was continuing to get to know Bryce, right? So why was it wrong that he was continuing to get to know her? But the only issue that I have, like I said, because part of what she's saying is right. Like, if you felt like you had nothing in common, why you didn't say that? That's because what that nigga said in Costa, he didn't mean. He was trying to impress them niggas. And he looked stupid trying to impress your fucking boys. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. So anywho, Trinity says, every time you complain about Anaya, it's over lust. And it really gives that you was feeling a way that she wasn't fucking on you. I agree 1000%. I agree about that part. Okay. But that is not the only thing that he complained about with Anaya, right? He didn't feel desired by her all the time, is what he also pretty much talked about. But based on this clip, it's like it is giving the lust part of it. And that's that shit the niggas be talking with their boys. And I think that's whack. I think that's whack. That girl ain't got to fuck on you. Y'all still getting to know each other, like that's perfectly fine. You see what everybody else getting, what everybody else doing, that's them. And I hate to say it, Bryce had to tell Trinity ass that when she was on that type of fucking time while she over there talking. Okay, but anywho, I think she also goes on and says it seemed like you never wanted to fuck with her from jump. Not necessarily, because keep in mind nobody was at his door, regardless of how you niggas feel about it. Okay, it definitely gives she never wanted to fuck with him from jump. That's clear. You know what I'm saying? But it's more that I'm gonna say, but we're gonna keep going. Okay. Um, Melanie says that she feels like you used her to stay here from jump, is what she says. And I'm like, truth be told, what the hell you think Sincere was doing with your ass? The way he's played in your goddamn face. And let Gabe tell it, all of y'all was using each other to stay in this bitch for a longer time period. And then by the third or fourth week is when y'all really start liking folks. For real. After spending time. So it's okay. Like some people are just slow burns. But KC did not do himself any favors going over to Casa acting like a whole different fucking person. Like where? Now, and I'm not saying he's not wrong for something. I do feel like he is wrong for that. But did he like Anaya? I think he very well did. I think he very well did like her. Even when she didn't originally, decide to choose to be with him, he said that he was hoping that she was going to be the one behind his door anyway because he was interested from the beginning, right? Whether people like it or not, he didn't go and pursue Soul. I do feel like it's two reasons behind that. I do feel like KC wants to be the person that is approached, but then also at the same time, I think he was considering her feelings. So it just happened to work out. Right? Anaya says, when I call you a coward, like this is what I'm talking about. You playing it safe. Well, if we're gonna be fair, your ass played it safe. You played it safe, chose that nigga, and now you vulnerable. Okay. However, Carl, I'm sure will pick you. But we talk about, I don't think that's what really made him the coward because he played it safe. No. But y'all let me know your thoughts. Y'all gonna do that anyway. Why? Because it's just how you is. So Corbin asked a calm ass question, y'all, and I hollered. Cause then he said something like, how was he playing it safe? And the ladies was like, what do you mean? What you mean? Trinity said, is he blind or he deaf or what? Right? And then Melanie said, I'm sick of y'all acting like y'all motherfucking dumb. Y'all like to sit up here and act like y'all motherfucking dumb and y'all not dumb and it start going off. And I'm like, whoa. And Corbin is like, now Corbin, I do feel like you was like trying to slick antagonize just a little bit when you followed up talking about some. I mean, I'm just asking a question. Like I was just trying to see like how exactly was he playing it safe? You know what I'm saying? That was hilarious. That whole scene was hilarious. But I will say this. Us ladies are not right in every fucking thing that we do. And y'all can eat it up or chew it out, spit. I don't give a damn. The way that Trinity be letting certain shit fly out her damn mouth, yikes. Because if one of them men would have said that one of the ladies, especially Trinity's ass, was blind or deaf or whatever, oh, it would have been a whole bunch of uproar about it. So I feel like, once again, it's a way. Y'all love talking about respect on this season, which none of you guys have that. Y'all love talking about respect and don't know how to give it. Whack. Whack Island. Okay, so TT calls out the guys for saying that they've never seen him this happy, right? Because I guess the guys are trying to like flip the script or whatever and act surprised at Casey's actions, but y'all was kind of slick supporting his actions when y'all ass was over there in Casa. But now y'all get over here in front of the ladies and y'all not even trying to have Casey's back just a little bit or whatever she was saying, right? So TT says the ladies are asking y'all if y'all are surprised, and y'all are not surprised because y'all all pulled me for a chat to tell me that y'all seeing a different side with him and he seems much more happier with your ass, right? So Casey says if you want to talk and Casey starts to take ownership in so many words, right? Like don't be coming at nobody else, like just come at me. I did it, like it's my fault, I'm the person, and all of that. Like y'all ain't really got to talk to nobody else. Like y'all could just pounce on me, like it's cool, right? They started cutting him off again and going in. Casey, you know why they do that? because you are not an assertive man, in my personal. They do it to you the hardest because I do feel like you don't assert yourself as much. Like the way Sincere asserted himself with their ass, you don't do that enough. And when you tried to do that a little piece, it went to the left. But we're gonna keep going. So over the whole KC, I'm over pretty much the whole KC and Anaya thing, for real, for real. And I do not like the fact that I feel like I think your girls should be able to check a guy. I do. I feel like if he did some foul shit, like, say so. But I do feel like Trinity does too fucking much. I feel like the energy just be too much. And I would likely appreciate Trinity's energy if she did it across the board. But she doesn't do it across the board because she only gives that energy to KC. In my personal, she don't give it to nobody else. But I really feel like it stems from whatever Bryce told her from that one comment that was made. And she feels away and made completely, he returned it back to you completely out of context. And I feel like that's why you really still have this anger and issue with KC, because you definitely don't spread it out. KC went over to Casa. Yes, he switched up. He did what he did. Sincere has played in Melanie's face on more than one occasion. Y'all not hooping and hollering? Oh, okay then. I'll let y'all figure out what that is. I don't know. So Kata brings up Alana, and I don't really care. Like, I wanted her to know about the Alana situation. I wanted her to learn that, girl, listen, he slick came back to you on some default stuff. He really did not make the decision to say, hey, I don't want you. I do believe he would have made that decision in the end, yes. But it still didn't happen, and he didn't even bring it up. Like, why would you not bring it up? But when I watched Kata sitting up there trying to force herself to fucking cry, I said, I am. And it wasn't when she was watching it, because I feel like those tears were genuine when she was watching it and she was getting teary-eyed. It was the fact that the argument was happening. And the argument was happening, and she was trying to cry, and it was like she was trying to me, how can I make this about me at some point? And get him like, it was just, I was like, okay, Kayla, let's move on, girl. We know you're not finna go nowhere. It don't matter either way. The girls pick, right? Anaya scenes come up. It's showing her saying that she ready to explore, another connection. KC's open. I want to be open. The guy's looking around like, what the fuck? Like, that's the same thing he said. She's saying the same thing that he said. And a lot of people have been clocking that. Okay? And I told y'all that. I said they saying the same shit about each other in different ways. People was upset. Stay mad. They saying the same thing about each other. I don't feel like they liked each other, but I feel like they grew to care about each other. And I do think that he just did a little too much. So Zach calls out the double standard. And that's why I said, come get half of this charm, and then I got to get the other half to Sincere. Okay, I said, not Sincere speaking up, calling out the double standard too, and actually try to have a piece of KC back. So Trinity gonna ask, why is he speaking? Like, girl, what do you mean? Why is who speaking? Why is Sincere speaking? Girl, you always speaking. Except for when it really matters, because you was real quiet when it got to a certain point. You really didn't even say shit to Zach. You only said some shit to KC, high key. So what do you mean? Every time it comes to KC, you always talking. So Sincere says that Anaya, I really F with you. I really F with you. He said, I'm not really talking to none of y'all. Like, for real. Like, I'm really not talking to none of y'all. I was like, no, seriously. See, nah, for real though. Like, I'm with him on that. Because can't nobody have no conversations because y'all talking too much. This is not a yelling match. Everybody want to act like they grown. We in charge. We grown. We this, we that. Y'all not acting like it. Let them folks get off what they need to get off. You can't yell at everybody. Damn. And this ain't even your coupling. Ain't nobody saying you can't have nothing to say, but you should not be doing too much to the point where a person can't get their shit off. So Sincere calls them on it. He said, y'all gang up on everybody. 1,000%. Thank you. Please come pick this charm up. Just half of it. Okay, I had to snatch the other half back because you also showed joy. It's okay. So he says that the reaction pretty much would have been the same if Anaya's video would have been shown first, or whatever the case was, right? And he says, yeah, KC may have done it a bit more disrespectfully. And Anaya says, yeah, and that's the issue. And I immediately put in my notes, how could that be the issue if you didn't even see everything that happened in the villa? All you saw was what you saw over there on the damn screen. That's it. You didn't see nothing else. But baby, right after I typed that, Zach came back. I said, Zach, come get the other half of this charm. Come pick it up, because he ain't wrong. He called out the fact that y'all didn't even know what all happened in Casa. Y'all only saw that, and they was like, we saw the video. Nah, y'all saw that one video. The crazy part was how y'all tried to use that one video to justify so much. Now, again, Anaya's reaction, in my personal, would make more sense at this point. But she's already done, and I think that's what made movie night so off for me, because she already did the absolute most, and it was majority about the fact that he brought another girl over. I would have expected her reaction to be that way based on what she saw from Casa. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all might need to do a movie night across the way. Y'all know how y'all play the game? Casa versus Villa. Y'all might need to do a Casa versus Villa situation where they get to watch different clips of shit that was said earlier on. That probably would have made, if they would have did movie night in Casa, that probably would have made it even more interesting. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, and maybe not, because some stuff that were used, like for Zach, they only had stuff of him from Casa. So maybe not. Either way, so he says it's more about him coming up with TT. That's really what your issue is. You didn't even see what all happened at Casa, but you already had this issue formed or whatever. You had all of this energy, but you kept talking about it was about the disrespect. However, you didn't even see all the disrespect. And what happened that you saw was actually in a challenge, right? So now, let's be clear, you were really upset that it was TT. And TT turned around and clocked it too. And she says, if you would have chose Carl, the guys would have been happy for you. But because he chose me, he came back with me. You was going to be mad regardless because he came back with somebody. And I also said that, right? I also said the girls were going to be upset either way too. Just off of the fact that he came back with somebody. And that the fact that they was going to treat TT as like how they treated Soul. They was prepared to treat them Casa girls just like they treated so let's not do much interaction with them because they feeling away. Any chick that came over there, she not a part of the villa. She from Casa. So y'all was gonna be like on some distant type shit. It wouldn't matter. So TC says, y'all all jumped on this man. And Kata and Trinity said, I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. Okay. And hopefully the guys start sleep pouncing on y'all ass too. Cutting y'all off when y'all talking. Okay. So Anaya says, why are we giving him so much grace when he disrespected me? And this is when KC stands up trying to talk, and they asking, why are you standing up? He's standing up not to be a threat to y'all. And y'all fucking know that. And y'all know that he's not a threat the way that y'all keep talking to him, because the way y'all talk to him, y'all don't talk to none of them other niggas there. Be clear. Okay? Because when Sincere checked the shit out of y'all, y'all ain't say nothing. Y'all got quiet, okay? So he's standing up because he wants to be heard. Y'all are not hearing him, so he's thinking that he needs to stand up, like, hear me out. It wasn't to be threatening at all. And Anaya getting up in my personal, doing the absolute fucking, who do you think you are? And what the fuck? And going over and yelling in the man's face. And I'm like, you doing all of this to impress your girls? I hope that it's impressing Carl. I hope that Carl is impressed by seeing you snap like that. Okay? So she going off on him, talking about how crazy he looked. And I'm like, you look crazy too, mama. You don't look any less crazier than him. And you running over there to get in his face, and he's trying to be in control of himself and sit down. Because if he did anything outside of that, God knows how the internet would thrash him even more after that, right? But as he sits down and you're still in his face, like, it does not make you look any less crazy than him. And you doing that also confirms to me that you still got them feelings that you say that you don't got and you don't give a fuck about. Yikes. So I don't know. But we know you got to stand on business, right? She gonna stand on business now that she got Carl there. And she not gonna go back to old boy. But if Carl wasn't there, I do feel like Anaya would be right back over there trying to see how she can make shit work with Casey, in my personal. But I don't think they should be together. I think they should, please, separate ways, okay? Separate. That's what we got to do. The next clip is Sincere and Soul. So the guys, you know, they're watching this, okay? They like, damn. When they first start kissing Sincere and Soul, they like, damn. All you hear is smacking, baby. It was passionate too. Anaya, for me, was slick, kind of laughing. And I felt like her laughing was giving, like, damn, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's kind of going through this shit. Yikes. And Trinity said, my BIT ain't crazy. I said, truth be told, all you bitches is crazy. Every single one of y'all in the house. All y'all, everybody's crazy. Everybody is crazy. All right. I feel like the clips that were shown on the screen were the clips wore Sincere out more than the clips wore KC out. But the girls wore KC out more than they wore Sincere out. I feel like it has a lot to do with assertiveness. Now, I know a lot of people are going to bring up colorism, and I don't know. It could be that. It could not be that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I've been seeing those conversations too. But I really feel like it got a lot to do with how Casey presents himself. I do feel like...
I can play the game 10 times.
Uh-oh, 1 second, y'all.
And I think you should.
Yeah, so I feel like with KC, he presents as little brother for a bit, for a reason. And I feel like Sincere presents as big brother. Like, don't talk to me like that. I'm not even talking to y'all. Nah, like, for real, I'm not talking to y'all. And they shut the hell up. KC, he's more like, I don't know. He tried to speak up. I don't know, but I need you to be as loud as you was in Casa. But guess what? Even when you tried to be that loud in Casa, that voice was no match for them damn ladies. Yikes. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, okay? Y'all probably see it a little differently, all right? It's about how you talk to me, so talk to me nice. Anywho, that's what's going on. So he does admit, once the clips are done, he goes on to admit that he did too much, but he knew who he wanted in the end or whatever. And I'm like, Trinity, hello? Hello? Are you there? Earth to Trinity, where you at? Where you at? Where my girls at? From the front to back, are you feeling that? Put one hand up, can you repeat that? Trying to check command, see I don't need that. Where you at? Where is Trinity? You be so loud with other folks. This man has embarrassed the shit out of Melanie. Yes, this man, KC, definitely disrespected the girl, however she felt. That's how she felt. This embarrassed your girl. Now, granted, your girl embarrassed herself too, but why you ain't? Your girl so out of it that she can't even speak up for herself. Where's your voice at? Use your voice like you've been using it. Oh, okay then. Well, anywho, that's what that was. Melanie got to the point where she was shaking. She asked Anaya to hold her hand because she's like, I'm shaking. She was crying. And this is where Anaya did take that moment to like pour into her. And she just let her know that, you know, you're beautiful. Pretty much the same thing that Melanie was doing for Anaya. Anaya returned the favor to her. And the episode pretty much went off because on Thursday, we're going to get more. It's going to be more for us to see when it comes to this cast and movie night. So I'm looking forward to Kenzie being exposed to be. I can't wait to see how Dylan is going to feel about that. But knowing Dylan, you probably going to take her back. I take you back. You did me wrong. I did you wrong. I take you back. I take you back no matter what you do, no matter what you say. Yo, it's going to be right over there dealing with Kenzie. Watch. But anywho, good luck to the people. That's all that I got. I'm Jami, that's me. Like up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Right back, we can spend, then get it right back, man. She just gotta want it all of that, so that's why I bought.